good?
Yes.
Welcome to yet another episode of the Mombasa series. Yes. And today we are joined by a very good friend. Just to do the honors.
Yes. What's going on, Oliver?
Hi everyone. Oliver here.
Your handles?
Yeah, my handles are on Instagram at Muindi. It's Muindi only. I'm only on Instagram. The rest is LinkedIn, which is work related. So unless you want to give me work, I'll give you that one.
welcome, Muindi. Oliver.
Muindi,
Yes. So where are we going today? Students. Where are we going?
Right now, we want to enter Portuguese. As you know, guys, Portuguese was built by the Portugal King Philip, to protect the port of Mombasa. So we want to go and check it out, see interesting pictures, keep on watching till the end.
Yes, I'm excited. We're just learning about history of Mombasa again and
Keep
again.
following the thread. Keep following the thread.
Yes. Karibu. So these are cannons, as you can see. These cannons are protecting the Fort Jesus against attacks. Actually, we can read something here. His HMS, yes, 2010 British cruise was undergoing boiler repair in Zanzibar Harbour in 20 September 1914, when the German cruiser ship salvaged, mounted the wheels on the coastal. Okay, so they were okay. That's nice. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Described on the World Heritage List.
Historical.
Monument. Says it right now. This is a historical monument.
Historical.
You see, there's a whole fort. So this was a military base more than 100 soldiers. And this fort was built by Portuguese 1593, is around 431. So this was a one rock, 2.5 acres. They cut out the stone shape of it. It was one rock. So there's a head, hands, body, and the two legs. They call for Jesus because the Portuguese usually were Roman Catholic. So they cut this stone like a Jesus and a rock. So these are men, they pass to them and they take, they pay the ticket. So now proceed.
The money doors. Mlango wa Kiomani.
I've been seeing them along
Old Town.
Old Town.
Oh, finally it's locked from below. Hello? Okay. That's interesting. Oh, that's a lower one and then there's a middle one. Okay. This is nice.
See, they're doing renovations, and Fort Jesus will be closed from the 23rd of October till further notice. I think they have noticed some things are going are deteriorating.
So, like, this is that place. That is where soldiers were being. As you can see, there is
Yes. There are cannons there. What used to happen? It's built just next to the sea, so you can be able to see any ship that is coming to the shorelines of Mombasa, of this strip, and then it will depend. Actually, the reason why there are colors, we have flags and all that. You needed to show your true colors during war. So by showing something, now we see your true colors. So you will wave a flag or something to show that you are part of them or you're not part of them, so that they can know now it is war that you guys are attacking. But what used to happen, they used to pack the ships to Kombali, and then they use this to small boats now to come to the shore at night. Yeah. So flags and all that came because of
Ali Mazurui, the academic professor and political writer.
Remember Professor Mazrui? His
Yes.
grandfather was a governor. This is a shield, you know shield? You know Masari of Ngaf? This is a shield material is rhino skin, sword, and the sharp knife. This is the second part. That puzzle used to stop the ammunition and guns and kind of. This is another puzzle for the soldier in the big food oil. That's the sea. So when they store the bring the food oil ammunition is perfect.
This is overcraft for Jesus. We have to use that and check it.
To get. And something so funny, something so interesting, Nelson.
Which one?
This Fort Jesus was built in three years. That is 1593
93, yeah, that's
To-
the year it was started being built.
to 1596.
3 years, but it's so
3
big.
years, it's so big. Can't imagine.
I don't know, remember those time to how to get the materials and shipping them maybe up to here. It was different. It's not like right now.
Yes.
It's very different.
Grass,
Yes.
dry grass, and the cannon. Show the cannon, and they put fire here.
Yes.
And boom, boom.
This is where they can watch the enemies. If
The enemies are
coming,
approaching, yeah.
Yeah, they can fight with them through here. Actually, this is the entrance of Port of Mombasa.
Yeah.
And this is the old, it was a port, so this one structure was built for because of that. This is where the port was initially.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
This tree.
Uh-huh.
I've forgotten the name, but it is old one of
One of the oldest
trees here.
here.
When it was being built, it was there. Yes. That is what I know about it.
And it appears to be so young, you can't imagine it.
It is old. It was part of this building. Yes.
And this is the papaya. Most Kenyan know it. It's also part of this structure, by the way.
Mombasa.
Fort Jesus as a monument, 1958 to 1963, declared as a historical monument by the colonial government of Kenya on 28th October 1958. Excavation was carried out, led by Dr. James Kickman. In 1960, the Coloste Galbekian Foundation of Portugal funded the restoration of Fort Jesus and the construction of the museum. During the restoration, all prison cells were demolished. Okay. The fort became a museum in 1962 and was open to the public. British influence over Fort Jesus and Mombasa came to an end on 12th December
93.
when the United Kingdom ceded its sovereignty over the colony of Kenya. So interesting.
So here we have the Portuguese wall painting. And this wall painting, you know the Portuguese are the ones who came here first. And I think after the Portuguese came, the Arabs came, and then the British came. So this is how they used to communicate. And you can see this is a war. There was a war going on where the Portuguese were being attacked. I don't know if they were being attacked by who. So these pictures are painted in carbon black and red plastic something. And yes, the soldier or sailor who was stationed in the fort in the early 17th century. At the time, the restoration of the fort in between 1634 and 39, another wall was being built of the fort. So actually this fort also was being built in phases. It was not just built once. It was built to.
No wonder we were asking questions. How was it possible? Because in historical, they say that for Jesus was built in between 3 years. That is 1593 to 1596.
Yes, and then the restorations were done between 1634 and 1639. So it was built in phases because it is too huge.
Too huge, yeah.
Yes, it's very, very huge. And actually it was to protect the people who used to live around from attacks. So that's why the Portuguese built it. And I think I believe you know what a fort means. It's a place of refuge. And they are the ones also who brought, they were Catholics. The Portuguese were Catholics, so they're the ones who brought Christianity here. And that's why the Fort Jesus. So yeah. And let's go outside the commercial beauty. So these are the paintings of that sailor, stroke soldier, who he painted this. He brought Christianity. There is a cross.
No, there's a cross.
Yes, there's a cross there. Not only just Christianity, but Catholicism. And there's a church there. So this is them coming and the interaction with the fish and the whale and the...
There's also an element of war here, as you can see. Somebody is on the ship holding
Yes, an arrow.
an arrow.
Yes, and these are swordsmen, soldiers with swords. Yeah. And this is their camp. So they came and set up a camp and set up a church. So this is the kitchen. So I've told you the first people who came here, the Portuguese, then the Arabs, and the British when they were colonizing. And so this is the kitchen where the British used to cook for their prisoners, hundreds and hundreds of them. Right now it has been changed to a curio shop. Yes. Yeah. This is not an original building of the fort. It was built way later. I think right now it is under renovation. It was built to preserve some of the artifacts that are collected during those times. Here we have been having some of the dishes, the plates, cups and everything that the Swahili used, the Portuguese left, the Arabs, the Chinese. It's an art gallery.
It's a gallery.
Yes, it's a gallery.
As you can see, there's a photo.
It's a renovation, construction. And I think they're doing now something very beautiful because that painting on the wall was never there. And I think, that's very nice. And even they've built like, yes.
There's an education plate here.
So here, I don't know if you guys can see, but restoration of this Portuguese fortress and the building of the museum was made possible by the generous grant from very difficult name, Foundation Fortress. Which year? On October 1960.
1960.
Yes, yeah, 1960. So this was built in 1960.
And that renovation is explained here.
Yes.
This is the
renovation of the
renovation. It's called the proposed new exhibition gallery at Fort Jesus World Heritage Museum, Mombasa. The client is the National Museums of Kenya, and this is the drawing plan. So as you get in the entrance, you'll have the Swahili gallery. It's a model. It's here. There is a Swahili gallery here, and it has a model Swahili houses,
yes.
And it will have a gallery wa mji, wa Swahili mji gallery, and then you go to the Portuguese end. Then you'll have the Portuguese, and there'll be a model shipwreck of, I think, the Portuguese came here through ships. Yeah. So I think there's a shipwreck that will be displayed here, and that's how you'll move. And then when you're done there, you'll go to the Baluchi, and there's a soldier mannequin there displayed. The Baluchi will have a place, and then you'll come to the Baluchi, will continue that way, then you'll come fort as a prison, then there'll be a display. This fort for Jesus was a prison at a point.
Yes, but
so at a point was a prison.
The five owners, the British.
Yes, it was a prison. So I think they display
slaves.
Not even for slaves, and also as a normal prison.
As a
As a normal prison,
normal
yes.
prison, yes.
Yes. So here there'll be the history of this, for Jesus as a slave, and then for Jesus as a prison. Then I think for Jesus exit WHS. I don't know what WHS means. It's not been explained here. Oh,
WHS, I don't know about.
then there'll be an office.
So this is now
The
the
way
picture
it will
form.
look like.
The model Swahili man. That is a Baluchi. That is what is talking about the what?
That's how you're walking.
Yes.
The Swahili through.
The Swahili. The Indians.
That's how it's supposed to look like when it's complete.
Yes. I told you the Portuguese brought Catholicism.
Yes.
Christianity. So these are our charter.
This is where they used to worship.
Yes.
You see the little Portuguese chapel? The small chapel by the palace.
So this is the system, as you can see. The purpose for the system was to keep water.
So this is the administration block of the fort. It was built in 1960, and the first occupant was James Kirkman. He was the first curator, and he played a very important role to make sure that Fort Jesus has been declared a historical monument. And he did a lot of excavation at that time. And before that, this used to be burial grounds for the Portuguese and the Oman. So this building is an office and residence. So it was used as office and residence at the time that he was here, and even other curators and head of the fort also used it as an office come residence. So yeah, but right now it is the administrative block. There are very important documents inside there.
I like the idea that it's still a residence.
Yes.
Yes. I still like I really love the idea that it's
still
a residence, it's a lab, it's
a
an
lab.
administration, it's an admin block.
Yeah.
I would like to know the life you live if you're a curator for Jesus and you live with him for Jesus.
Within and
So how do you get food?
Yes.
Where do you shop? Where do you park if you have a car? Yeah.
Or maybe there is another side. Look, I don't
Maybe
know. I
there's
don't.
another side.
Maybe.
But I would like to understand the life of somebody
life.
who lives and works in a museum. Yeah.
Well, you know, this is
Especially
not
in
just.
a nuclear one like this for Jesus.
In the end, this is not just an ordinary museum. So yeah.
And imagining that the administration block itself is built on former graves.
Yes.
For Portuguese and
Yes,
the
this side, the Omans and the Portuguese.
Portuguese former
Those are
graves.
those are grave sites.
But where the administration block has been built
Yes.
They decided to build this structure here to collect
To get water.
water.
But there's a time it went dry, and there was a plague here, so this place had to be closed because people were dying because of what is it called? Poor sanitation.
Yeah.
And so there was so much dirt and
That is 1970. It was
yes,
closed. Yeah.
it was closed because of plague. So there was no water, so it had to be shut down. So now, you know the modern toilets. So they came from here. This is how people used to come and sit.
You can demonstrate.
Yes. You come and sit on the throne. We call it the throne. So you do your business, and then now you pour water. See, just simple as that. That was a seaway Drucocini. So yeah. So these are the toilets that they used to have. But you can see it. It's different. Do you sit in a pit like?
Oh, it will just sit and go.
Yes, it goes.
It is a flash. It is natural flash.
that signifies a Christian. Huh? That was buried here some years back, but it was discovered in 1990s when they were doing some
Excavations by that Dr. Kirkman.
Yes.
When I've told you earlier, guys, that Dr. Kirkman did a lot of excavations here to try and put things in place. And so when they were doing that, yes, so they discovered, they discovered him.
The reason why, even you can look at the Nini exactly, it looks like a Christian because Christians are buried like this, their hands are like this. Yeah, but the Muslim, their hands are always straight like this.
Vanity. Whatever you do in the world, you end up like this.
Vanity upon vanity.
Nobody's taking out alive. All of us are ending up this stand like this.
So you'll ride in chariots.
So there's no bargaining about
like Elisha.
That
was discovered. That
well.
The skeleton of a whale. You also know that whales are mammals, and they're the biggest mammals.
And we are told that this one was very young.
It was young. It's a very, very young.
The youngest?
Whale.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the youngest whale. Yeah. But you can see if it is young. Now, the older one, how will it look like? Or the one that ate. Yes. This is it. The youngest whale. Yeah. This is the bones.
The Portuguese World Heritage Site was officially opened. By Hassan Orio. This is where the way of life of the Omans, the Mazuri family is. Adao. This to show you that we are. So in the morning of 13th December 1698, at this place, the Omanis defeated the Portuguese after the release of Jesus. The Omanis conducted some improvement to it, including the reinforcing of its immunity by increasing the wall height, making a tunnel around it, and digging a well along the building rooms, which were later called the Omani House. So this was a well, Sawasawa water springs. In 1980, it was renewed and transferred into the exhibition hall. In 2017, the National Records and Archives Authority and Sultanate of Oman, in coordination with the Ministry of Sports, Culture and Heritage of the Republic, improved and renovated and developed the area, designed and displayed the historic evidence of the items and traces the Omani of East Africa, Omani history and civilization, and the modern Oman. So the Omani conquered Nini for Jesus. So the number one people to come here were the Nini, the Portuguese, and then number two, the Omans in 1698, where they defeated the Portuguese, and I think afterwards it was the British. So let's check out some of the artifacts which are inside here. So when the Oman came, he left some things. So this is the Majesty Sultan. Yes, Sultan.
Ahmad bin Tariq.
Yes. And that is a late, that was the father, this was his father.
This
was his father.
With your father too?
Yes, the current Sultan. Yes, and I think it was the done when he was the king. Yes, at that time. The Oman women, this was their dress code and their jewelry. This is an Oman man.
One man used to dress so nice.
Yeah, very chic, simple. And the kanzu, and this was a weapon. So just some things of the woman, what they have done, and all that around the world, what they keep on doing. So this is just to display some of their things. So when they took out the Portuguese, they owned the entire East African coast strip.
So Oman said only interest around seashores.
Yes, because they also come from Nini.
Because they came and that capability of defeating the Portuguese, meaning they had that power of even going to an extent of conquering the...
Yes. You can see where Oman is. So then they're just interested in the trade routes. Because like we told you, nobody cared about what the rest of, there was no Kenya, the rest of the land had. So it was just here where those trade issues are happening. And you can see the Omani maritime trading routes. So they used to trade all the way to Mozambique, to Comoros, to Kilwa, to Mauritius, to Pemba, Zanzibar, Mombasa, Lamu, Pate, and all the way now to Oman. The reason why, if you've noticed, the way of life of the coastal strip was really affected. There's a lot of the Oman influence and the way they dress and the way even their food and everything. So yes. Even especially when you go to Pate Island, when you go to Pemba Island, when you go to Mauritius, that's why, yes, there's a lot of influence, the Omani influence. So the Omans, after they defeated the Portuguese, this is like a replica of it. When they defeated the Portuguese, I've been telling you that they were controlling the trade routes of East Africa and going all the way. So they owned East Africa coastline properly. And actually the Sultan at that time used to move the headquarters from Oman to Zanzibar because they loved Zanzibar. And they used to rule from there. That's why there are stamps. You can just see these stamps here. There are stamps, Zanzibar, Zanzibar, Zanzibar. So those are the times that he used to rule from Zanzibar. His headquarters were. And when Kenya got independence, the entire coastal strip, the Kenyan coastal strip, was not part of Kenya because it was owned by the Sultan of Oman. So they sold the Kenyan coastline to the British. And now when the British were giving us the independence, now they gave Kenya the entirety, including the coastal strip, to Kenya. Yes. So Kenya, the coastline, the Kenyan coastline was not owned by the British, it was owned by the Oman, so the Sultan of Oman. So he sold it actually. He sold it to the British.
Wow, I really wonder how life could be without
the need. If Kenya was landlocked.
Hey.
And you can see the beautiful coastline, the waters, the blue, clear waters. We're talking about trams in our previous episode. You will sit and then people
Push.
Yes.
African slaves
the African slaves.
the African, not slave exactly, but Africans.
They are Africans.
You know, by the time the railway gets to Kisumu, to Port Lawrence, in 1901. In 1901. Is it 1901?
1901.
The capital was still in Mombasa.
Yes.
Mombasa was still the capital
It
city.
was the capital of Kenya.
Yes.
Yes.
Until 1906.
1906.
Yes.
This one was made the capital in 18.
What made the capital to be?
1875. It was the capital in 1875. Yes. And then now, when they were building and moving around, now they saw, Kumbe, there are central places and everything. So now they moved the capital to Nairobi in 1906. 1906. They attempted to put it in Machakos
The reason
because
behind
of the centrality of it.
Centrality. It
They
had to be
wanted-
central.
Yeah, they wanted to
somewhere
put it,
in between
yes,
here.
they wanted to put it in
where the railway was
Machakos,
headed.
but it couldn't work. Actually, they wanted to move it to Machakos. By the time the railway got to Nairobi, there was already Nairobi. You know
vibrant.
Nairobi near Mahasa. By that time, already that spirit was already there. By the time they're finishing Kisumu, Nairobi had started growing. Yes, Nairobi had already started growing, so they made it the capital in 1906. Yes.
Which is also you know, Nairobi suffers a planning problem. The planning problem
Because
of the floods.
It's just started. It just started. Nairobi just started. Ilianza tu.
There was an idea about
So
planning.
it wasn't
Yes.
but it just
planned
started.
like the way they can do planning right now, right? By that time.
No, Nairobi has never been planned. Okay, now the plans came in later. They started planning Nairobi way later. Yes, Nairobi is planned, the area is planned, but later on. But it just started. And like here, in what is it called? In Mombasa, the Old Town was really planned. But the reason why you see, we have been walking around in the previous episode, that their place is deteriorated and everything, sewer lines, water and all that, is because now it was not made for this kind of population. There are too many people right now. But it was a planned city, the old port of Mombasa. Yes.
So it means the population has really affected most of the towns.
Yes, it's like the population is going to affect Kilimani.
Yeah. Even Nairobi, you see, they were bringing down some buildings along the river because now.
Yes, population is going to affect Kilimani. The other places like Kilimani, Kileleshwa, because those places, the drainage, the roads, those feeder roads, they are small for the population. For kind of population that was designed for that time.
That's why the road events are being done in Kenya to be a bit bigger because of now the numbers of population.
So yeah, this has been Fort Jesus, and thank you guys very much for tuning in. I hope you have learned a lot. And you know, most of you are shocked that Kenya would have been a landlocked country if it is not for the British to buy it from the Sultan of Oman and give it to us during independence. So heshimu Mombasa yasaidia Kenya sana. Hi guys. Yes, so we are on a cat. We'll call it a cat. On a tram. Yes. So
Inside for Jesus.
Yes, inside for Jesus, and we are closing the show.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching.
Yes.
This has been for Jesus. Stick it here at iFactory for premium content, interesting content, educative content, and keep on watching the Mombasa series.
Yes.
Ciao.
Bye. The Court of Appeal in Mombasa.
Oldest court in Kenya.
It's the oldest court in Kenya. The first court.